Good morning, my darlings. My name is Victoria and this is Veritas Tarot. I love to do readings for love, obviously love of another, but most importantly love for oneself, because just like my cup of tea tarot, you cannot pour from an empty cup. And also in England, there's nothing that a good cup of tea and a chat or a natter with a friend can't help with. So today is our opportunity to have a chat, a natter with Spirit, to see what messages they may have for you. And if it doesn't resonate today, please don't try and make it fit. There are many other extraordinary, wonderful readers out there who will have a message for you. And today we are going to be doing a Six of Cups soulmate reading. And I'm going to pull cards for you for where you are in your headspace, where you are in your heart space, your soulmate, where they are in their head and their heart as well. And then we will pull some advice from Spirit, and also we will, I like to pull a couple of oracle cards for you as well, just to sort of wrap it up. So let's get cracking and see. Oh, and happy birthday, Cancer. Happy birthday this month. I hope you have the most wonderful, special birthday. Happiest of happy birthdays. Okay, so Cancer, where is Cancer in their headspace at the moment? Where is Cancer in their headspace? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm using my Celtic Tarot, which I love. There we are, one card. So you have the shadow. So the shadow here is also the sort of the devil card. So there is some... how do I describe this? The shadow card for me is about going through that dark night of the soul. So wherever you are at this moment in time, you are being guided by Spirit to go within and to see what in your life, in your relationships, are causing you contrast. And when I say that, I mean that we have to experience what we don't want in order to know what we do want, and vice versa. So at the moment, whoever you are with at the moment, it is about releasing. It's about letting go, and it's about releasing maybe conditioned behaviors, toxic behaviors, addictions to things. So that's kind of where you are at the moment in your headspace. But what I like to see there is that you're very aware of it. And so that's fantastic. And so let's move on and see where you are in your heart space towards your soulmate at the moment. Where is Cancer in their heart space? Got too many cards, so, but actually they're not, there's two of them, so that's fine. I'll take both of those. So in your heart space, you have clarity and you have truth, which is beautiful. And also, which is lovely. I mean, look at the difference between these cards, between your head, all those thoughts, those fear-based thoughts going round and round and round, and that kind of, it's like that sort of entrapment card. You're sort of feeling like you can't get out of this, but you can, because you and only you can, you and only you have control over your life. And what your heart knows is the truth. What your heart knows is this beautiful, whatever your heart, your soul is trying to tell you, it's this is this clarity of understanding, of acceptance, of wanting to speak the words out, but from a place of love. And you also have the Fool card, which is just beautiful, because the Fool card is, it's a start of a new cycle. Your heart, your soul is trying to help you through going through this, to get to this point where you are listening to your heart and understanding that it's asking you to take that leap of faith. Because if you take that leap of faith with the trust and the knowing that your heart is telling you, for whoever you're feeling this for, you're being protected and guided, and you're going to be caught. You know, this is all divinely guided. It's about the free spirit in you, and that's what the horses represent. These snow-capped mountains represent sort of symbolic of endings as well. But you're really being guided to take that leap. And what I love here as well is that you've got this pouch here, and this is all of your untapped spiritual knowledge that you are going to take on your journey and learn at the right time on your journey when you need it. And the dog here, I always think, dogs are incredibly loyal. Dogs are your best friend. Your soul is your best friend. Your soul is almost like nudging you forward here, going, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, because they know that this is what is for your greatest good. And, there's nothing wrong in being in this space, but understanding why you're in this space. And one of the things is that we can go through our entire lives, if we're not aware of what's happening, repeating cycles of behaviour because of fear, repeating cycles of behaviour because of, I'm getting the word abandonment or rejection, repeating cycles of behaviour because we've created a defence mechanism that doesn't allow anything to happen to us that might hurt us. And God, the universe, everything happens for us, not to us. And maybe in this state of mind, you're thinking it's happening to you. No, it's happening for you. It's happening for you for the transformation of your soul. Every relationship is given to us for the transformation of our soul. And whatever relationship you are in at the moment is for that growth. And once you come out of this space and you look back on it, you will do so with such gratitude, because the universe, it'll give us little slaps to try and teach us. And if we don't learn, it'll repeat the same cycle, and then it just gives us a whopping great big slap around the face. So I don't know if you've had that yet, but your heart, the difference and contrast with that is quite extraordinary. So let's have a look at where your soulmate is on his or her journey, and let's see where they are in their headspace at the moment. Where is Cancer's soulmate right now? You could also just be partying very hard. See how Let me go. Look at that. In their, this is in their headspace. So this is in their very much awareness, their consciousness. They have the Ace of Cups. So they have also gone through a journey. And it's been a very emotional journey for them. There's been a lot of tears, but it's been very divinely guided. And so they have reached the end of one cycle. And just like the Ace of Swords, look at those two together, isn't that beautiful? They are now entering a new cycle. And it's a new cycle where something, they know that they are able to manifest these cups of these desires and loves, and they are, but also cups are for receiving. So I've just been told, so your soulmate's in that space of, they are very much in the receiving mode, that they know that what they are putting out there now energetically is from a space of self-love and self-worth. So whatever they are going to receive from the universe is very much divinely guided, divinely protected, and also matches their vibration. So it's going to be somebody that's they deserve, and that person deserves them. So that's very, you've got two aces in this reading. So it's very much the end of an old cycle, beginning of a new, but that is why you're in that space right now. And it's an illusion. It's just your fear, and fear is a liar. Let's see where your soulmate is in their heart space. Where is Sagittarius' soulmate? Sagittarius? Cancer's soulmate in their heart space. Maybe you're with a Saggy. Maybe this is a Saggy, maybe somebody coming in as a Saggy. Who knows? Where is Cancer's soulmate? There we are, in their heart space. So, the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is about walking away, and it's about walking away from what doesn't serve them. So wherever they are right now, do you see the 8 and the 1 makes a 9, which is the 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. So I think wherever they have been, they've walked away from it because it didn't give them the feelings of peace and love and kind of like that comfort blanket feeling. It just didn't make them happy. So they made that difficult decision to walk away, and it really was the dark night of the soul for them. But they took that step up, those steps to the unknown, because they were looking for that 9th cup. And that's where they are now. So they know in their heart that whatever they did for the right reasons, because they know that this is what they're looking for. And that, as I said, makes the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. They've gone looking for that cup, and they're very aware of what they're manifesting now. So that's where they are in their heart space. And they could very well have walked away from this behaviour because they know that it wasn't, it's not all dark, but it's just behaviour which is, you know, maybe them being codependent, maybe you being codependent, lots of triggers between you, I don't know, but I believe they've walked away from this, and whether you're still in this yourself and you're repeating cycles, but this is what they've learnt self-love and self-worth. And it takes a great deal to walk away from an Eight of Cups, because an Eight of Cups, it isn't a kind of lesser cups. It isn't a sort of Four of Cups or a Seven of Cups of confusion, whatever. But this is the Eight of Cups. It was almost fantastic, but it wasn't right for them. And it's because of generally soulmates come in to help us shift and change and grow and learn from conditioned behaviours, because we feel so much for a soulmate that actually it hurts a lot more to do things that are uncomfortable, that we know are the right thing to do. So advice from Spirit. Let's pull the advice from Spirit card for you, Cancer. Too many cards. One card, please. Advice from Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Maybe there was a third party in this. I'm just seeing for the first time there's three little ships in the background. And, you know, threes are always more than one in a relationship. But equally, three's about manifesting, and the Three of Wands is about manifesting and knowing when your ships are coming in, and that you're just going to let them happen in time. And if there is somebody else that you're in a relationship within, or your soulmate's in a relationship within, and it doesn't make you happy, then understand, flip it, and be grateful. Be grateful, because one of the most important things to learn with any relationships that are a little tough is that, you know, there's always love there. But it's just that sometimes our pain body gets in the way. And when we deal with things from a love space, and we learn to love without our ego, our pain body getting in the way, it means that we step into a space of peace. And when we step into a space of peace and understanding, that's when the clarity comes in. This is what your heart's trying to guide you. But be grateful if your soulmate's with somebody else, because that person has been sent by God to come in and help shift them, help change them, perhaps break a cycle, these cycles that are happening. So, you know, this may be you in this space, or you thinking about your soulmate in this space. Let's have advice from Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, try to fly out. Too many cards, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Advice from Spirit. One card, please. Thank you. Well, I'm going to take that one there, the top one. You've got the Hermit card. So this is because I believe you're in this space at the moment, and this is the advice from Spirit. I'm so sorry. What the Hermit card is saying, this is a time for you to go within. This is a time for you to do what I call is onion peeling, where you it's very uncomfortable to do, and it makes you cry, but it's about looking at this and understanding why this keeps happening, and you don't get the answers without. You go without by looking without of yourself. You get the answers by going within, and you have all the answers inside of you. And if there are things that are making you unhappy, then it's about looking at why that makes you unhappy, and then looking at the feeling behind the feeling of that. And you will understand that it may go back to conditioned behaviours as a child, it may go back to past relationships that you've had, but these are all triggers. And so Spirit is saying, you know, spend some time alone, spend some time just with yourself, learn to love being by yourself, stop trying to block it out, and don't put blame onto other people, because all you're doing then is transferring how you're feeling about yourself onto another. But the beautiful thing is here that Spirit knows that you're starting this process, and you've, you know, this coldness says that you've come through, you've, again, you know, just like these mountains, there has been a sort of ending to something, and you're stepping onto a place where not many people go, because it's you know, not everybody hangs out on this cliff edge, I can tell you. But what's so beautiful is that the waters are really flat and peaceful, and so this is Spirit saying to you, by going within, you'll find the peace that you want, and it's about finding your love for yourself. And there is this beautiful, you know, it's starting to change. This, you know, if you see that beautiful dawn coming up there, you know, this is all part of this. It's all happening for you. And, you know, maybe your soulmate had to walk away from somebody, and this is part of that new dawn for you. But you both need time. You can't, you're a relationship with, even if you know your soulmate and you're not with them, and you're in another relationship, a relationship with somebody else doesn't start the moment you're in a relationship with them or when you meet them. It starts with how you heal from your last relationship, because otherwise all you will do is take all of those past hurts and grievances and take them into, just like you've done here, and take them into the next relationship. So Spirit is saying it's just that reminder to keep going within. Sorry, I've been talking for quite a long time. So let's just do some clarifiers for you. And we have here we're going to clarify first of all the shadow, and let's see what that is. Thank you very much. So we have justice. So what Spirit is saying here, whatever's happening here, it will go in your favor. It will go in your favor, but please don't don't keep repeating the cycles. Don't turn a blind eye to it. You know, this is something that it's all about being balanced, and it's about having that balanced perspective in you, and not transferring, you know, how you're feeling about yourself onto others. And that's, you know, something to do with the scales there as well. And the purple represents sort of your crown chakra and being in touch with you know, with the guidance that you're receiving. And the flagstones for me always talk about, you know, just small steps at a time. But this will, if you're having fears or worries about maybe leaving something that's a toxic relationship, it is going to be okay. The Justice card is saying it is going to be okay. The Ace of Swords, so this is how you are in your heart space. And actually you had the two cards, didn't you? You had the Ace of Swords and the Fool. So let's just clarify those. The Ace of Swords and the Fool, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's too many cards. Still too many cards. The Ace of Swords and the Fool, please. Thank you. Oh my goodness, they have a lot to say here. Right, I'm going to take those two because they kept going to come out. So, you had, remember that clarity from your soul, from your heart, trying to guide you, trying to get you to do that leap of faith. And then you've got here again, you've got the Devil, and you've got the Ten of Pentacles. So you've got another Devil card here. So what this is saying to me is that you're experiencing these contrasts. You've had both of these sort of relationships. You've had this beautiful Ten of Pentacles. You've also had this relationship. You know, you're in this relationship at the moment. Maybe this is something you wish for and you haven't had that yet. But all the truth is in your heart. It's just about not fearing it. And if you wish for something else and you want to manifest somebody else, then you can do that. But you can only do that from a space of knowing and love. And if you wish for something else but you don't believe it can happen to you, it won't happen to you. The universe always responds to what energy you're giving out. And if you're giving out I don't deserve this and I'm lacking in this, I'm lacking in that, the universe always says yes, but it'll say yes to more of the same. So this is very much where you are at the moment in this heart space. This is what you want. This is what you want. And this is where you're at the moment. And there are temptations. And it's very easy to, you know, just to stay where you are. But you know, the question your heart's trying to ask you is, are you happy? So let's move on to how your soulmate, if we had the Ace of Cauldrons, where they are in their headspace. Let's clarify the Ace of Cauldrons, the Ace of Cups. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So they've got the Three of Pentacles. So this is all about building a foundation. So whatever's coming in for them that they're very aware of, that they're manifesting now, and it's something they're very emotional about and very committed to, it's this Three of Pentacles. So they've started something, and they're working with others, and they're having a bit of fun doing it as well. It's something, again, with the green that they, as I said, they love doing. The red is all about, it's very grounding. And I'm with the archway there. It's something that could be spiritual. I don't know, but that's just what's coming through. And again, it's one step at a time with a little flagstone. So there's something new that started for them, and that's lovely to see that, because again, you know, I'm getting the expression wounded bird. You can't fix wounded birds. You know, whoever your soulmate is, whether they are in your life or not in your life, or somebody you're manifesting at the moment, you're only going to manifest somebody on the same vibration as you. And if this person is in this vibration of being in a higher vibration, they are going to be wanting to manifest, obviously, somebody that gives them the love that they deserve, and sees them and loves them for who they are. And you can't fix, I don't know why I'm saying this, but you can't fix somebody else. You can't fix anybody else's heart. You can only mend or fix your own heart. And I think that this is something that you're learning at the moment. Let's move on to where they are in their heart space, which is the Eight of Cauldrons. Please clarify the Eight of Cauldrons. Well, they also, I'll just take that top one, they also went within. So this is, you know, what we talked about them walking away from things that didn't serve them, whether that's with you or with somebody else. But they have very much entered a period of going within and listening to themselves. What I call the receiving thoughts, where you don't think those fear thoughts that go round and round and round your head like a hamster wheel. You're quiet, and that's when you can hear that receiving thought, and you know what that receiving thought is because it hits you right between the eyes. It's a sort of, oh my goodness, okay, that makes sense sort of thought. And that's universe, that's spirit, that's God. God talks to us all the time in our feelings, and comes through to us. And so this is what's happened to your soulmate. They're very much, they're not with anybody. They're on their own. They have new opportunities coming in. They're manifesting it. They're wise. They have the owl there. They're wise. They're grounded. They're spending time outdoors, and they're focused on their passions. They're focused on what is lovely and comforting for them. And that is lovely to see there, because they they have walked away, but they've walked away to do their own healing. From whatever relationship they were in, whether it's with you before or not. And then this is the advice from Spirit, which is for you to be this hermit mode. So let's have a look. Please clarify the Merlin. So, yes, you've got the Ace of Pentacles. So when you, my goodness, you have three aces in this reading. You have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. So, I mean, this really is a beautiful, you have a real opportunity now to break a cycle. I know you'll do it in a fair, balanced way, because that's who you are, and that's why the Justice card's appearing. But by going within, you are then starting a new cycle. And this Ace of Pentacles is lovely because it's the Ace is about, as I said, new beginnings, but it's about something solid. It's about something from the divine. It comes in divine timing. It could be a message. It could be an amazing work offer or job offer, but whatever it is, it's something that's meant to come in for you. And it's something will only come in for you. It's all waiting for you when you step out of this space here, in this headspace that you're in. It's something, I mean, I always see this with a little home card. It's something to do with home, and there's the cat that's got the cream, but it's going to bring you great happiness. And you can see that with the sort of sun there as well. So let me now pull for you. I'm going to pull for you one of my animal tarot cards. They're a little bit like oracle cards, and I really like them. And then I'll pull the oracle card for Spirit. There we go. So you have the 6 of Winter. And so funny, they've got the rescue cat mixed breed, and I was talking to you about you can't fix somebody else, you can't rescue, what was the words I used? You can't, it's like a wounded bird. So, and I haven't got my glasses on, but it says the challenging times are coming to an end, and you can now breathe a sigh of relief. Let the past go and embrace the happier times ahead. So how fabulous is that? So this one is also about when you're, I always talk about being on a river and you're on a boat and you don't use your oars of fears and anxiety, and you just see what happens. Go with the flow, go with where your heart is telling you. Always go with how you feel about something, not how you're thinking about it. And this little cat, is guiding, it's saying to you, just go with the flow, that you can so easily step away from this and allow Spirit to take you where you're going. And they're saying to you, look, challenging times are over and this is coming in for you. So I think that's very beautiful. I'm going to do one more card for you, which is, and I think the 6 of Winter is also the 6 of Swords, which is knowing about what direction you want to take as well. So one more card, please. Oh no, not that deck, this deck. This is my Angels and Ancestors deck. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will just say, I've just been told to tell you that if this is you in a space because your soulmate is in this sort of relationship, then let them do the journey at their own time. Let them learn when they're meant to learn and how they're meant to learn. And there is really only one thing that you can do at the moment. It's sort of like what Bridget Jones would say. It would just be to very gently say, fuck off with love, my darling, at the moment. Fuck off with love. Let them be in that space. Let them learn the way they're meant to, and you focus on you, okay? Because your heart knows the truth. And always deal with everything from love. Okay, so let's pull you one last card from Angels and Ancestors. I hope you don't mind me swearing there, but it's one of my favourite terms. And you have got Guardian Angel, you are not alone. And how beautiful is that? You've got the feather. So I don't know if you're seeing signs and synchronicities, but it's very much whenever you do see anything that kind of, you go, oh, that's interesting. You are being guided, and you are being guided by Spirit. And I think that's very, very beautiful. And that's it, I think, Cancer, for this week. Have a very happy birthday again. I can't, it is a beautiful reading. You've got so much amazing stuff coming in for you with these 3 different aces coming in. It's all just about you releasing a lot of things that you actually don't need to hold on to anymore. And that's what that's representing. And then everything that's been waiting for you will come in. I hope you have a lovely week, and I look forward to having a natter and a cup of tea with you and Spirit next week, darling. Take